All right, what's going on today, YouTube? Welcome back to your favorite cyclist YouTube channel. This week, we're talking about a bike radar from my friends over at Ravemen, the NT201. But before we get into today's video, if you are new to my channel, make sure you head down below, hit that subscribe button for me. If you already are subscribed, make sure you hit that bell icon right next to that. That way you get notified every time I upload. That way you don't miss any of this awesome cycling content on this channel. So like I said, today we're taking a look at the Ravemen NT201, their smart radar light back here. So, as you can tell, it looks pretty sleek mounted onto a bike, and honestly, when we take this thing off, it's kind of a sleek little design. Honestly, it's kind of a basic, simple rectangle. That's really all it is, and that's the first thing I noticed when I pulled this out of the box was, it's pretty simple. There's honestly not that much to it. Now, I'll be honest here, I've only reviewed, this is my second radar I've ever reviewed for a bike, and so I was kind of new to it still. So for me, this is a very simple one versus the other one I've tested out in the past. And I was like, okay, how good is this one going to work compared to one that has a few more different features to it? So you kind of look at this guy. So all you can really tell is it has a light, obviously right here, and a power button. So if we go ahead and push this power button on goes our rear light. So you might be like, okay, rear light, cool. So you can see it's flashing right now. It's the mode I personally have it on, just to let cars know that I'm there. Now, right down here at the bottom of this light, that's going to be your actual radar sensor that goes out and it detects whether vehicles are coming behind you. Now, some of you, just like my last video, are going to say, why do I need a radar? I just look over my shoulder and see people coming up behind me. And I completely agree with that. It's always good to be aware yourself to see what's going on behind you. Keep an eye over your shoulder, keep an ear listening to what's going on behind you. However, where I find this very helpful is when I'm going down a busier road and there's multiple cars. Sometimes you only hear one, or one car is louder than the other. It's a big truck or something like that. This guy will tell you that there's multiple vehicles behind you, or tell you that the truck behind you is towing a trailer. Tell you there's a couple of different things behind you versus just you thinking there might just be one. It's more of a added safety feature for riding your bike out there. Now, with a radar, you do need to connect this to a compatible cycling computer. In my case, I'm using the Machine's C606, which works flawlessly with this radar. I haven't had any issues with that at all. Another concern people have is, what about false alerts? How do you know this thing is always telling the truth? And that's a fair thing. Where I live and where I mostly ride, it's not exactly packed. There's cars here and there, and a lot of the roads I ride are relatively kind of small back roads, kind of where I end up. So I don't get a whole bunch of cars kind of all at once like you would on a major city. Where I ride, I have not had a problem with this not telling me a car is behind me. It seems to work fine. I've always gotten an alert when a vehicle is behind me, and I haven't really gotten any false alerts that I've really noticed in the rides I've been on with this radar. So in my experience with this radar, it works great. No issues with that at all. Now, this guy does have an auto brake feature to it. So if we go ahead, turn this on, you might have seen it a little bit earlier. So we turn this guy on and we see it start flashing there. If it detects we are coming to a stop, it will turn itself full solid, and that lets people know you are coming to a stop. Kind of cool it does that, right? That it detects that you're coming to a stop and that it lets people know behind you. That's one of the things I've really liked about these smart bike lights is they can detect you braking, coming to a stop. Gives everybody a visual alert of what you're doing as a cyclist. It's kind of hard to say that you're coming to a stop without using hand signals, and this just gives a warning. Gives something that vehicles are kind of used to seeing already is a bright red light when you're coming to a stop. Kind of cool, kind of simple, right? Doesn't really have too much to it. So the NT201, when you get this light radar, when you get this, you get it packaged up. Nice Ravemen package, like usual. In here, you're of course going to get the radar itself. You're going to get two different mounting styles. One's going to be the under the rail mount, which is what I use on my gravel bike. The other one is going to be the seat post mount. That one has pretty much a rubber strap on it that you can strap around essentially whatever you want to strap it around, and it gives you that same quarter turn lock right on there, so you can just quarter turn lock this guy right on there. And that's probably my favorite attachment feature out of all these different lights I've tested, is just the basic quarter turn lock. Super secure. No issues with the quarter turn lock at all. It just holds everything super securely. You also get a lanyard in here, so if you want to attach it to your seat post while it's attached here, just in case it pops off or something along those lines, you can run that lanyard. No issues with popping off myself. I personally don't run those lanyards on, I don't think, really anything. So I don't run them, but they include that as an option if you want to use that. And of course, a USB-C charging cable in here to charge this light up. All right, so let's talk about some of our light modes on here. So of course, just like every light, it has multiple different modes. All right, so we got just our basic high mode right there. So high mode will give you 25 lumens. Now it'll get you about 8 hours. Not bad. If you just want a solid running tail light, 8 hours, 25 lumens. Definitely is bright enough to see. As well as that, it does have the visibility on the side as well, kind of poking out the side. So it has the good side visibility of the light as well. Something I've really liked about the Ravemen lights is they include that nice side visibility as well. So you got your high. Then you got your low. Low will give you 5 lumens. That'll last you 16 hours. Pretty basic. Still works pretty good. And there's our brake light kicking in right there. There we go. After that, we go into our slow flashing right there. That'll give you a max of 10 lumens, last you 23 hours. Pretty simple. Not much to it. Nice and slow. Nothing crazy to it. After that, we go into our warning flash. There's our warning flash. There's our warning flash right there. That gets you 80. That gives you 80 lumens for 16 hours. Then we come down here. This is our daytime warning. So that one's a little bit different. So that one will give you 25 lumens, but this one's a little bit different. So this one, pretty much once it detects a vehicle coming up behind you, it will go into high mode. So where it's pretty much normal riding, you're just going to see this guy right here. When it detects a vehicle behind you, it's going to go into its full high mode, just like that. And that's just a different option you can choose. Then, of course, our last option, you got kind of the pulse or the breathing mode, some companies call it. Kind of a simple pulsing mode to it. Keeps you going there. 5 lumens, 18 hours on that guy. So you have a ton of different options on here. What was that? 6 different options you can choose from. Personally, I run this guy right here. This is the morning flash. That's the one I run. That's at 80 lumens for 16 hours. I feel like that it's not super bright, but it gets attention to it. And then when you go and hit the brake, it just turns completely solid. So it kind of, in my opinion, kind of functions similar to a car's lights. So that's why I personally use myself on this light. There it goes doing the braking function. It took forever. There we go. So, of course, it works way better on the bike because the bike has all the sensing to it. It's all attached to the bike. Works better when everything's moving. For the radar feature, what I found is the vehicle has to be going faster than you coming up behind you. So that means busy roads, stuff like that. When the cars are going faster than you, it'll detect the cars coming up behind you. If a car comes up behind you and then slows down to the same speed you are, it will drop off the radar. That's just kind of the way it functions. It thinks that the car moved, disappeared, it's not there. So that is something to be aware of with the radar. Something I've noticed and picked up over time is when cars are trying to be nice and they go slow to let you be in front of them and go take a turn or whatever you need to do, or they don't want to cut you off or something, doing nice things, your radar will not pick them up. So just something to be aware of. That's just kind of a radar thing in general that I've noticed. I thought it's something you might be interested in knowing. So the radar, it does give you alerts up to 140 meters away. It'll pick up a vehicle. So even in corners, it does give you a 40-degree coverage. That way, even if they're coming around a corner, it should pick them up, and you'll know that a car is coming up behind you or a vehicle is coming up behind you. So has a lot of features in there. And I think for kind of a basic radar system, it works really well. So looking at the price on this guy. So the price on this guy is $99.95. So probably just $100 for the radar system here. Now that's on the, I would say it's on the lower end of price-wise for a bike radar. And if you're looking to just kind of get into a basic radar system that works, but doesn't have a ton of different features to it, you don't have to worry about the radar being on or off. Pretty much if the light's on, the radar is on. Doesn't have a whole bunch of features to it of turning the radar off, but having the light on, all that kind of stuff, it just runs. And if you're looking for that, this is a great system to use. Like I've said before, Ravemen lights have honestly been impressive to me. They include a ton of great features into kind of a low price package that gets the job done in kind of a package that you're not really gonna have to worry about. It just works. This is on my gravel bike and I ride gravel on this and it's there. No issues with it. It works great. I love the mounts that they come with, the ones that go onto the saddle. They're just clean. It looks awesome. Even when you take the light off, it barely shows that it's there. It hangs down to pretty much where the saddle bolt is, and no one would know it's there. And it doesn't just like stick out like a sore thumb like some mounts do, and it's on your seat stay or on your seat post or something like that. It just looks really, really clean. So with this guy, it is a smart light like some of the other Ravemen lights are. So if it detects your bike hasn't moved in like 2 minutes, so if you stop, talk to a buddy on the side of the trail, or stop to get a coffee and forget to turn your light off, if the bike hasn't moved in 2 minutes, the light will turn itself off. Then once you go ahead and start moving the bike again, the light will kick right back on and just go back to full function like it was never off in the first place. Kind of nice that it has that to save that battery. Make sure you have a rear light radar to keep you safe while you're out riding. And of course, with the Ravemen lights, you of course get their 2-year warranty. Any problems, just give them a call, let them know. I personally haven't had any issues with any of the Ravemen lights that I've run myself. If you guys are interested in checking out the Ravemen NT201 or any other Ravemen lights, there's going to be links down in the description below. Big thanks to Ravemen for sending me out their radar so I can test it out, show you guys kind of a different option for a bike radar, and show you different things that are out there. If you guys enjoyed the video, or maybe you learned something today, give this video a big thumbs up. Appreciate the support. Any comments or questions, let me know down in the comment section below. Love talking to you guys. Love answering questions you guys have. And I will see you in the next video. Thanks for watching today.